Looks like we're missing one over for the team one, but team two is all ready to go with Beastly as a demonology. Looks like they may be charging out first. Chaos as a destruction warlock are ready to go. Kevin is elemental shaman. We got the rogue duo with Rod as well as demonic. It looks like Kevin and Rod were charging out at the same time for a second, but maybe not. We got us to Chicago over on team one, but Chicago's team is missing on Uno Mas, and hopefully they're just loading in on the team without the last fifth. We got us as Talonus as an arms warrior. We got ourselves Garth, we got ourselves Fire, we got ourselves Chicago. Gonna be going up first versus the elemental shaman that is Kevin Landers. Got himself a big Earthshock to follow. Lava Burst right after. Got himself lots of knockbacks, just going in for the most amount of damage versus Chicago. Definitely needs to make sure he got himself a lot of Lava Bursts at the ready. Is gonna go for yet another Earthshock. Double Earthshocks to follow. Got himself the Earth Elemental. Looks like he does not play the freezing Frost Shock combo. Or maybe he does? Kevin finds himself super low. Guardians of Spirits is able to maybe give himself a little bit extra health. Gonna be big LA Blast, but Chicago, do they have enough damage to seize a couple more globals take down Kevin does have himself a lot of recovery. Mad Lava Burst flying in as he got himself a summons procs. Do they get any more procs? Big Earthshocks out of Chicago. Does not have a grounding totem for this one. Lightning Lasso has a trinket for it. Thunder right after. Kevin just sees a couple more procs. That's all he needs. Back-to-back Earthshocks are coming by. There's gonna be more Lava Bursts flying in. Does he have himself any more ghosts whatsoever? Ghost Trap perform just to see if he can escape. Chicago leaping around top of him. Maybe just needs one more Alien Blast and may just have him knocked back into the onto the Hanson Shaman, and the Alien Shaman still survives an encounter. Are you kidding me? Kevin again with a big old Sky Fury Primordial getting set up with Chicago. Just needs himself one Lava Burst and it should be all good to go. Sending it in, but it's going to be sundered by Chicago as it did catch up a little bit of health. Kevin has no health whatsoever. Does not have any defenses at all. All he can really do is do as much damage towards Chicago and try to see if he can blast him out with Lava Burst and maybe eventually take down the Enhancement Shaman. That's actually a really close duel between the two shamans, man. Enhancement versus Elemental. And this guy, Kevin, maybe he could make something happen here. Lava Burst sent in, back-to-back into Chicago, into a Lightning Lasso. Chicago trying to see if they can maximize some damage. Another Primordial is ready for Kevin, but looks like maybe he does not get the procs that he needs. Big Earthshock to follow. Double Earthshock on Chicago. Does he get the Primordial set up? Grounding Totem does prevent a lot of his damage. Chicago is given an opportunity to try at least catch up. More Earthshocks. Oh my god, if only he could have just focused down the Grounding Totem for like one global with a Frost Shock. All of those Lava Bursts and Earthshocks would have went into Chicago instead. That is so rough. With Beast and Lock gonna be up next. I don't know if he's gonna give Chicago an opportunity to catch up in healing whatsoever. Dampening is quite high, so I think he may just want to send in the pet and give Chicago no chance out of this one. Chicago at least was given an opportunity to catch up at least on a bit of that mage food from Garth. Tyrant joining in. Chicago is going to try to root it, but an axe is put him out in the open, but the Tyrant doesn't do anything. Does he get interrupted? No, Tyrant just stopped doing stuff. He just stopped walking because he got rooted. I don't understand. He stopped casting too. Gonna be a Wild Fiend is getting interrupted for a second. Mortal Code Chicago, but the Double Felguard not gonna let you out of sight at all. That is so rough. What's up, Proxy? How you doing, my guy? I hope you have a good one. Man, that was rough. The Kevin and Chicago fighting each other, Shaman v Shaman. That was actually kind of close, man. It was close. If only the Grounding Totem did not take up all those Lava Bursts and Earthshocks, actually could have been Shaman's game, the Elemental Shaman's game that time around. Is it Talonus next? It is Talonus next. This high into dampening, 8 minutes into the duel, you're not gonna be able to get any healing. The most damage you can do right now, the better. The better your burst is gonna be, the more likely you're gonna be to win this. Parry up immediately for I want to call him Linus for some reason, but it's Talonus. Got himself parry up with a spear. Doesn't quite catch Beastly, but if you can maybe stay next to the spear, maybe you can go for some crit damage in there. Wall up for Beastly, just rotate the cooldown. It's going to be yet another blaze for Talonus. Blasted through all these pets. He's going to be able to get himself a lot of resources on top of it. Definitely needs to go for as much defensive play as he can. Does he have a leap to follow? Looks like he doesn't. Maybe he can somehow separate away from all these pets. Looks like he cannot. All these pets are absolutely surrounding him with the imps fire bolting him from a distance. The Felguard axe tossing him, just locking him down for a second. More pets charging out for Beastly as it tried to go for a bit of a fear. Talonus doesn't end up catching up with the Warlock for a second. Demon Doggers are in. Shadow Fury, not able to avoid it whatsoever. Beastly does go for a bit of a Warlock health, so big heal. It is going to be able to take down the Warrior with Dali. Charging out next over for the team one. Definitely needs to get in there as soon as possible. Just go in for the most amount of damage if he wants to see if he can fight the Beastly. Beastly porting away before Dali can really establish a proper go on him. Not gonna go for Deathmark, are ya? Mortal Call? Fear? Honestly, I think he's trying not to go for Deathmark. He's thinking that Warlock got not a lot left, but honestly may just need to. He may just want to. Do you not have poisons on? Or maybe swapping poisons? From a wound maybe? Potentially got himself the full obelisk at the ready. Do you have a stun for this rogue? Maybe a mortar coil. This is where it basically needed something, anything. The Axos came in just a little bit late though. Chaos charging now. Should be able to maybe blast through Daly. I think he's trying to. Dally, does he have any outs? Blind could potentially give him a bit of a breather, but it's going to be a second BCC right after. It's going to last about the same duration with the 2, with Chaos only getting 1 cast on the Dally. Oh, almost Shadow Step to 2. That was well done. That Shadow Step would have been perfect. Trying to go for yet another bolt, but he knows the rogue is going to want to try to see if he can juke him. Get a shot by Dally. Does he have an escape here? Got a bit of a dot, but this is going to be Chaos burning him with a quick, beautiful conflagration, taking him down. Is it going to be Fire Fist next? Potentially. It looks like it's either going to be Garth or Fire Feast. It looks like it's going to be Fire. I keep calling him Feast. I keep saying, instead of Fire Fist, I keep saying Fire Feast. Like the man is going to be feasting. If anybody's going to be feasting, it's probably going to be Chaos. As it blasted these boys out into Spear of the Raids, blind onto that succubus. As Fire Fist has got himself the full Shield of Vengeance, wall as well as bubble. Everything's getting used up, and Chaos just, all he needs is some distance. Some distance and mobility. Got him some full dots of the fire into Shadow Bolts. As there's a portal back up top. It's going to be Fire Fist taken down. Oh my god. Bubbled maybe a little bit too early and definitely paid for it. With Garth going to be up next. Last one on that team. Needs to find a way to fight through Chaos. Can he potentially do it? Because Chaos got himself a nice good positional. He's been able to deal with the Paladin fairly easily, avoiding a lot of his go with a big old port. And also taking down the rogue while he had him right then and there. Going to be a frozen orb right now for Garth. Immediate second BCC forcing out a trinket out of Garth. Does give Chaos that trinket given up opportunity to go for a bit of a mortar coil onto Garth. Does go for Reflect for a second. This is where Garth, maybe if he's careful enough, could spell seal Reflect? Can he do that? Is that a possibility? Ray of Frost for Garth is trying to see if he can get some damage behind the pillar onto Chaos, trying to pretend like he's an evoker, casting a Disintegrate, but is not going to be able to sit there for too long, as it is going to be the Infernal slamming down, stunning in place, not letting him really play some more. How many more games are you going to do? Jai, maybe one more, a couple more after this one, depending on if you have groups, man. If you want to join up. If you have bodies, man, I'm down to go again for a couple more. Gonna be portals open as Garth trying to see if he can escape this shift of power for Garth. Can he potentially evade Chaos? Is gonna be able to interrupt him on that Chaos Bolt. As Chaos trying to get a couple of those incinerates in there. Shadow Fury around the corner. Garth just goes in for an ice bug. Doesn't want to deal with any of the situation whatsoever. Just wants to go for a little bit of resetting spaghetti. You have to. They added not tattoos, but like body paint for dwarves, didn't they? I forgot about that. I was about to say, like, is that Demon Hunter tattoos? I guess I'm not kept up with dwarves for a bit, huh? I guess you don't really see dwarves in the first place. At least female dwarves. Big Chaos Bolt by, oh my god, by Chaos. Just got all the sports, even with that all the time. There's not much you could really do. And Chaos does end up obliterating. Why is it always gotta be Warlocks, man? Why is it always gonna be Warlocks at the top of these charts? What is going on? 7.2 million healing? That is a lot of healing. That is a ton. I mean, dampening, man. That's crazy.